There we go. Now we could get it popping. Welcome, guys. The start of boot camp week 2. Don't mind my nose. That's the way I sound. I'm fighting a whole bunch of stuff right now. But to review, right, we'll do a quick review of what we went over last week. And then I'll let you guys know what we're going to be looking into this week, kind of as like a continuation, part 2 for our boot camp. Exactly. Last week we went over some price action, right? We are talking about price action, right? Because if news is queen, then price is king, right? And that's kind of how that goes. And if price is king, then news is queen. That's why it's super important to understand how to read price action. Let me get that closed. Let me get this one muted. All right, that should be good. Cool. We learned how to identify. Here, let me right. We learned how to identify an uptrend market structure, higher highs, higher lows, right? We learned what to look for in that sequence when price is trending to the upside. We now understand, right, that our pullbacks are creating higher lows, right? The breakouts are creating the higher highs, things like that. In the uptrend, we talked about how to trade through consolidation, how to identify and spot the reversal pattern, right, within the consolidation. That was something we also talked about last week. If you guys did not get a chance to, catch any of those videos live, please watch the recordings. I am also going to be trying to do some stuff for the international people. I know you guys struggle with the times that we have our classes, so I'm thinking about you guys too. And we talked about downtrends, right? How to identify lower highs and lower lows. Just a side note, you guys remember where we were last week in this market? Does anybody remember where price was, right? Price was at this low last week. And look exactly what it did. It created that lower high just exactly as we said it was going to do. Right. So this is why I wanted to leave this up. I told you guys we were going to come back and review this chart. Right. So now we've got that lower high that we needed. We're just going to wait and see what the market's going to do in this case, and go from there. Let's see, what other chart did I have marked up last week? Was it GJ? We talked about reversal patterns, right? We talked about there we go. It was here. Right? We talked about M's, V's, W's, and A's, right? What are those, guys? What are M's, V's, W's, and A's? AVM, what was that? AB, AVMW, whatever it is, however you want to do that. All right, what are those, guys? What are the A's, V's, W's, and M's? A VMW. There you go, Daniel. I love that. A VMW. AV, man, that is a good one. That was clever. That was clever, right? A BMW. That's how you just got to think about it. Like a BMW, but change the B to a V. Those are all of the reversal patterns that we're looking for in the markets, right? They happen at any time, right? They happen on any time frame, right? Remember, we talked about this. There will be times where there's patterns inside of the patterns, right? And you just kind of have to just start identifying them, marking them up. I'm not telling you guys to trade all of these patterns. What I am teaching you guys to do is identify the pattern and then see what is going to happen from there, right? So we talked about reversal patterns, price action. We touched on the inside bar a little bit, right? Some candlestick patterns. So that's what I wanted to do this week. Week 2 of the boot camp, I want to spend every day focusing on a specific pattern, right? Because I think now, how do we feel, right? Let's do it. How did we feel with the information last week? Let me know, guys. Are we confused? Did it make some sense? Did we study it all over the weekend? I know it was holiday, so I wasn't expecting a lot, guys. I'm totally understanding of what time of the year it is. More confident. Okay. Feel ready for 2022. There we go. There we go. things start to fall into place. There we go. Definitely more confident. I've gone back to review all the videos. Awesome. Awesome. More understanding than I had before. The inside bar was fire. Great. Perfect. Is there anything anybody still confused on as far as week 1 went? As far as identifying higher highs and higher lows, right? Identifying lower highs and lower lows. Is consolidation confusing us at all? Right? Right. We also talked about right, accumulation, manipulation, and distribution. Right? Yeah. Okay. There we go. I'll touch on that again because that is also a pattern. AMD, right? That's funny because all of these patterns low-key kind of follow cars. Like VMW is BMW, AMD is like AMG, Mercedes. That was just a side note, but that was just something for me. Sometimes I don't know how far back to go to identify a trend. Sometimes you don't have to answer that question. You don't need to go back further. You need to go to a higher time frame. That's it. That's it. You need to go on a higher time frame so that way you can see the bigger picture. Because like, right, we're looking at this on a daily chart. Like, yeah, this looks easy to read, but then when you go to like a 2-week chart, you know what I'm saying? Depending on where we are, it'll be a lot easier to read. So it's just a lot of the times you have to go to a higher time frame is all. What's up, Brother Z? Did I confuse you somewhere? Okay, perfect. We talked about turtle soup, right? I know you guys probably can't see it just yet, but this is a W, right? This is the turtle soup W, as this came lower than the previous low, but it was just a wick. Stop hunts, right? We talked about stop hunts and how those play out. What else did we talk about? I know we talked about like order blocks and things a little bit. So this week, yeah, we'll talk more about the patterns. And let's see, where do we want to start? I'll save AMD for later. No, you know what? We can look at that. Let's see. How do I want to do this? Yeah, it happens so subtly, right? This is accumulation. This is manipulation. This is distribution. You mentioned something about the inside bar closing outside of the body. The inside bar closing outside. So what we were talking about with the inside bar was it's not that it closes outside of the body. The inside bar closes inside of the previous candle, the wick, right? It closes inside the wick. I just have to remember what time frame we were on. Let's see. Okay, getting closer. Maybe the daily. Yep, there it is. There it is. Yeah, daily time frame right here. All right. So, an inside bar, right, is when you get a candlestick that closes within the wick, right? The body of the inside bar closes inside of the wick, right? So that's what we were talking about last week, as far as that goes. Whenever you see an inside bar, that is your reversal indicator, right? I think I had it pulled up too. And that is a reversal. Yes, that is the reversal. Why? Because the understanding of price action, right? I know Glow is great at reminding me to keep talking to you guys about the anatomy of the candlestick. So I'm going to spend a couple minutes doing that to explain the inside bar and why it shows a reversal in price action. when we are looking at this candlestick here, right, we have our open, right? This is the open. And this is the close of the candle, right? For a bearish candle, it's for a bearish candle. The open will be at the top and the close will be at the bottom for a bearish candle, right? What we are looking for when price action plays is the wicks. The wicks tell us more of a story in price action than the open and close of a body will. What do I mean by that, right? Meaning, for this candle, the top of this wick is the high, right? The bottom of the wick is the low, right? Now, looking at this and understanding this now, did this candle break the low? Yes or no? Did it? Are you sure? Are you sure? Remember, what did I just tell you guys? The open and the close, right? Where does this candle close? Where does this candle close? Right? So it closes above the low, though. We're not worried about this close of the candle. Remember, we're now looking at the wicks, the high and the low of the previous candle. This is what you are going off of. When you're just trading price action, you're literally just trading the previous candles. I'm not even worried about the trend. I'm not even worried about the previous 30, 50 candles. I'm literally only looking at this one single candle in time. And looking at price action, if you have a candlestick that fails to close below the low of any market, it's not going to go there. How can I show you that and tell you guys that again? A wick came down here, but price did not want to stay, right? So I don't want to confuse you. I said we don't care about the open and close, but we do, right? We really do. But you also want to be paying attention to the highs and the lows when talking about price action. And where is the next candle closing? If you get candles that close above a low, right? Anything that pulls back after that is an entry. Anything that pulls back after that is an entry. Why? Because this indicated in the market that the bears were no longer in power. The bears no longer had control. We failed to break the previous low, giving an inside bar. Now, does that make it a little bit easier to understand, Renee? Right. Remember, guys, this is price action. So other than how I teach you guys before, this is going to be a little bit different and more hands-on. Right. A lot of what we were doing before is patience. We weren't waiting for candle. Remember, I tell you guys, I don't really care where the candle closes. We know the trend. We know where price is above the 50. We enter. Price action, I absolutely care where the candles close. Absolutely. You have to when it's price action. So it's not about it closing by the body of the previous. No, so the body necessarily isn't what we're worried about. No, we're worried about the previous high and the previous low. Just as long as it is above the low wick. Yes, absolutely. As long as this candle closes inside of the, okay, let me show you guys something else, right? Because there is another inside bar right next to us, right here. Right here. This is the high. Here, I'll mark it out for you guys. Just another way to view it, but it's the same thing, right? This is the close, right? Now we're talking about the anatomy of a bullish candle. the anatomy of a bullish candle. The close is going to be at the top, right? Right there. The open is going to be here. Now, two things that stay the same and will never change. What are they? What do you think? What two parts of the structure won't change, regardless if it's a bullish or a bearish candle? What two parts of this structure won't change? Let me see if anybody knows what I mean. There we go, Daniel. Thank you. There we go. All right. This still remains the high of the market, right? And this still remains the low. Now, ask yourself, does this candle break the previous low? Yes or no? So what is this? What is this candlestick? Let's see. You guys got this. I know you do. I know you do. What is it? What do we call it? No, don't overthink it, or Erica. Don't. No. Hey guys, what did we just do over here? What did we just do over here? Bring it back. Bring it back. What was this? What is this candlestick called? Slow down, guys. What is an inside bar? So if you have a high and a low, and your candle fails to break the low, what is this? Everybody, let me know. Now I need to know that we're here. No. Renee, it's an inside bar, literally. It's just an inside bar. Don't overthink this, guys. I need you guys looking at the anatomy of the candlestick. Is price breaking the low? Like the whole candle. Is the close of this candle closing below the low? Right? If the answer is no, the next candle that pulls back is your entry. Because we know this is the low of the market. Really, you could put a buy limit at that low of the market, knowing price will have to come and retest and then take you to the previous high, just like we broke down last week, trading straight price action. So even if the body is bigger, long as it is inside the wick, exactly. Remember, we're not even worried about the body. I think you got to take your focus off of the body. We're talking about the high and the low, not the body. Literally, just the high and the low. Right? Because the body, that will confuse you. Somebody will see this, think it's an engulfing candle, and sell this market. While you probably could make some pips, that's not what's going to happen, though. And this is always for an opposite candle. So bullish after bearish and vice versa. Yes. All right. Let me show you. Let me show you. All right. Are we understanding the inside bar a little bit more? All right. Because why the inside bar, I have to stress this, is because I can't move to the 5 wicks of death without you guys understanding where it's coming from. Right? I know you guys always heard, 5 wicks, it's going the opposite way. But you guys have to understand, why is that happening? Right? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You count it that way, however you want to count it. Whenever you see 5 wicks rejecting an area, 9 times out of 10, it's because of an inside bar. Or doji, same thing, right? 9 times out of 10, it's because of an inside bar. All right. Same thing here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 wicks, price 9 times out of 10 is going to go the opposite way. All right. So that is really the best way to identify the inside bar. First, identify what candle are you looking at. Is a bullish or a bearish candle? Identify the open and the close. Right? From there, identify the high and the low. Let me do this. I got you guys. All right? Identify the high and the low. Now we wait for the next candle, right? We wait for the next candle. As soon as this candle closes, right, inside of the wick and fails to break the low, again, another way you can trade this, right, is put a buy limit literally at the low of that market, or sell limit at the high of the market, right? Let's see what would happen if we just did that. If I had a buy limit right here, right? My take profit is simply just the previous high. That's all I'm looking for. The market would have wicked this in, right? Would be currently in profit. Right? Does that make sense? Do you guys see that? Do you guys see that? This is how I used to get like sniper entries. I used to just really wait for the highs and lows of markets to be broken. That's the easiest way to trade, honestly. It really is, right? I would just wait for the highs and lows to be broken and know that price has to either come and retest or break those levels. Simple break and retest, guys. That's it. Price fails to break, right? Price fails to break. This is a retest. But for some people who cannot see or understand it that way, it's called an inside bar to help you visualize, right? If it is inside, right, it's probably going to go the opposite way. If it's outside, right, as this candle closes outside of the wick and we see the continuation, does that make sense? I actually think this is a good example to look at, right? We see a case where price does break the low. It does break the low of the candle, right? And we see price come to retest said low right here and continues to the downside. Does that make more sense now that we see it happening? If a candle breaks the low, it's going to continue. If it fails to break the low, it's going to reverse. Does that make sense? So inside bar equals candle with candle close without breaking previous low if bearish, or previous high if bullish. Yes. Yes. Yes, that is a great explanation. An inside bar is a candle with a candle with candle close. Wait. Now, candle with candle close without breaking previous low. Yeah. Perfect. Let's see. That probably does hit that TP. All right. So all price is doing is coming back to that same level. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 wicks, right? If the inside bar wasn't enough confirmation for you, wait to see 5 wick rejections, because that would just be ultimate confirmation. Why 5? I don't know. It's just kind of the number that was there. So let's see. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sometimes it doesn't always work that perfectly, right? But it's out of here. But I want you to also notice what is happening at this level. What is price respecting? Where is price respecting? And what zone is that, though, Renee? What zone is it respecting? What candlestick is that? What candlestick is this? Nope, not even an order block. We're not even talking order blocks right now. Inside bar, right? It all has to do with the inside bar. Right? Because again, let's talk about it. The anatomy of candlesticks. This is the close. Did we get price closing anywhere lower than this candle? Did price come close anywhere lower than here? Right? Because where's the close for this next candle? It's up, it's bullish. So no, we never had price break down this level. So when this candle pulls back, I'm buying every time. Let's look at the next candle. Does this candle, here's the close, does it close below this level? See? Does this make sense now? Does this start, you guys starting to understand? Right? So another indicator, even if we're not talking wicks, price action is going to make you guys a lot of money. This candle closes above the previous low. So what did this just do? Let's talk market structure for a second. This is a low. This is a high, right? What is this? What is this? There we go, a higher low. Even if it's just a pit, it's a higher low. And then after a higher low comes what? Do you guys now understand and see how all of this comes together? You guys now understand how patterns play into everything, how market structure will never lie to you if you know how to read it properly. It'll fake you out, but it will never lie to you. It will never lie to you. It will fake you out, but it's not lying. It's just telling two stories at once. While some people focus on wicks, some people enter at bodies. That's it. That's it. Some people would like to get these sniper entries. A lot of people are comfortable waiting for this close and then buying the market right there. The wicks are bearish pressure, but the reversal has already started. Exactly. The wicks is price trying to do its best, right, to push past this level. But if it never broke this level, and it never broke this level, it was never going to stay down here. Right? It was never going to stay down there. And that's just based on the way that we've been looking and talking about market structure. Right? So I'll let the inside bar pattern be today's, because I want to find some more so we can talk about it. So, all right, here it is here. In a bearish sense, right? I've been showing you guys bullish inside bars. Now let's look at a bearish inside bar, right? Thanks for the clarification. No, totally fine. You're absolutely welcome. And I think it was a good thing that we went over the inside bar again, because it does become a complicated pattern. It doesn't show the same every time. It will try and trick you out, right? Like this candle here. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about market structure. So I have, what kind of candle do we have here? I'm gonna have you guys walk me through this. What candlestick is this here? Is it bullish or bearish? Let me do this live too. We're not messing around today. We getting after it today. Sickness and all, right? Bullish candle. Perfect. So now let's break down the anatomy. What is this? Right here. What is this? Okay. Okay. What is this here? Hey, Daniel, you be cheating, man. Don't cheat, bro. Don't jump the gun. I'm going to trick you next time. Watch. I'm going to get you. Right? That's the open. What's this? No, I'm playing. What's this down here? Right? What would this be down here? There we go. The low. Right? And by default, what do we have up there? Exactly, the high. Now, if I came to the chart and I'm looking at this right here, what I am looking for, well, first of all, I kind of cheated because this already is an inside bar. But we're not gonna, that wick's not there, right? That wick's not there, so ignore that. I am now waiting for the next candlestick to make my decision, right? The next candlestick is gonna determine how we react to this market, right? So now we have another bullish candle, but now the question we ask ourselves, did this candle close above the previous high? All right, did that candle close above the previous high? No, exactly. So what is this? Exactly, right? Exactly. I personally love to see candlesticks close within wicks. I'll sell that market every time. I'll buy that market every time. I wouldn't even care, right? I love to see this. So now that we have identified that this candle is our inside bar, right? Again, what did I tell you? What are we gonna do? Just to make it super easy, what kind of limit we're gonna set? All right, what kind of limit would we set? Sell limit. Where am I setting the sell limit? Where am I setting it? At the previous candle high, right? Perfect, 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 right? At the previous candle high. Stop loss, I'd probably use that wick. I would just go anywhere above the wick, right? As far as price action goes, probably wouldn't even really worried about it because every time it pulls back, I just enter the market, really, realistically, right? The take profit would be the low, right, of this candle, the high that you're using, not the inside bar, right, but the candle that gave you the inside bar in a sense. Does that make sense? Right, does that make sense? We're taking it to the, because we're using the high, right, the previous high, we also have to use the previous low for our take profit. It just, if that's the candle you're going to use, then use that whole candle. Just price action, right? This is just trading price action. I'm not looking for 100,000 pips all the time. I'm just looking for price to fill these gaps and fill these voids in the time that it's going to take, right? So we then wait to see what's going to happen. So in this case, price never actually pulls back, right, to the high. Even then, right, once you see this candle, you can comfortably sell that market, right? The concept remains the same. The inside bar is the reversal indicator. Once this next candle closed like this and it didn't pull back, most likely you could have entered the market right there, right? Because this is now a hanging man. So it's just patterns go into patterns, right? You got the inside bar, now you got the bearish hanging man, which is showing you another confirmation for the sale. Right? Does that make sense? Does that make sense? That's another pattern we'll talk about too. We'll talk about all this stuff. Anglo and Delvani go over these patterns too. All right. So now do you guys understand why reversals look the way they do at the highs of market? It's all based on this inside bar. Right? All based on this inside bar. Right? So same here. This candle closed above the previous wick. So that was confirmation that it still wants to push bullish. And do you see how over time it does do that? Right? So it's just little things. But even when this does that, right, you can see there's an inside bar here and price falls. That's the beautiful thing about price action is you are just literally catching it when it shows you. All of this could be a setup. If you're just looking for an inside bar, that's a setup there. Price closes inside of the previous high, fails to break it. This one you could have put the sell limit there and it would have came and brought you right in, right to TP. Here, we'll look at this one. because this is a better example of how I wanted it to see. We'll go right here. All right. What is this here? What is this here? Where are we in the structure of this candlestick? What is this? All right. I'm going to be super tedious about this, guys, just so I know, you know what I'm saying? We understand it. What's this here? All right, we'll just talk about the high and the low for right now. I don't even need to put the open and the close. I believe you guys know where that is. Oh, whoops. All right. Nah, just because I got it. What is this? What's this? There we go. Okay. All right. All right. Thought I was going to get you guys, but you guys are pretty on it. All right. So this must be the open. Now, asking myself, does this candle close above the previous high? Does this candle close above the previous high? Nope. So what is this here? What is this here? There we go. Nope, not a continuation, Nikila. It's going to be, this is going to be our inside bar, right? Remember, and this is why I say I don't really worry about the trend, because while this bullish trend may be there for sure, I'm not even worried about that. I see this fail to break the high. I know price has to pull back. Why? How many wicks do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Literally, guys, I can't make this stuff up. I can't make it up. How many wicks? Even if you want to count from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's the 5th one. What are we going to be looking to do? We have 5 wicks fail to break the high. Right? That all is indicators that this market wants to sell. My take profit would be the previous low of the candle. Right? I'd have my stop loss above the high. And this quick setup just on an inside bar uses for scalping. I mean, I don't know. You tell me, what time frame is this? So that's why you guys tell me, what would you use it for? I'm on a daily time frame right now, busting down pips. I wouldn't even care about what I'm using. Just use it. I don't care what you use it for. Just use it. That's what I think you guys got to get away from. Do I scalp with this? Do I do this with this? Bro, guys, everything is used for everything. Just find a way to use it that works for you. Seriously. Because, I mean, it works. I'm on a daily time frame. So let's look. Right? Would have been probably a clean wick entry if we would have got that one, right? That would have been nice. Let's see. Does it bring us in? Where does this market come in? Oh, I'm not on it. That's why. I got to move over. Right? Let's see if that worked there. I don't know why it's not catching it. Oh, yeah, there it is. All right. Again, shouldn't we have used the green candle? What do you mean? The green candle for what? No. Remember, it's not the green. I'm not using the inside bar. I'm using the previous high and low that I identified. If I'm using this high, I must use this low. Right? If I'm using this high, I must use this low. The whole target is the whole candle is your target. Not really zones. This is just price action because this inside bar is reactive to this candle. So this is the candle that we are, you know what I'm saying, we're measuring, if that makes sense. Not this one. This one is only relevant to us by showing us that price has failed to break the high. The red candle would be the entry. Yes. This candle here would be our entry because you can't enter on this market just yet. This candle has to close for you to know that it is an inside bar, right? The candle has to close for you to know that it is an inside bar. So then we would sell, honestly, so this is the thing. Just being real with you guys, you could sell as soon as this candle closes. I'm not even gonna stop. I'm gonna tell you guys to do that too. You could sell as soon as that candle closes. Just knowing how it's gonna work. Anything up here would just be a pullback. You could re-enter there too, right? This would be your worst entry. This would be your best entry right at the high. Because what's in these wicks? From this wick to all the way across the board, what is in those wicks? Orders. So what do you think price is doing here? So you guys want to see something crazy too? I'm gonna show you it on this time frame, and then I'm gonna break it down to a lower time frame and show you how crazy this is. This is accumulation, manipulation, and distribution. Literally, guys, it's once you guys start understanding this, it'll be way easier, I promise you. Let me show you. What are these two candles doing? What are these two candles? What is this? What is this? Remember, I told you guys, if a candle goes up and comes straight down, what do we call that? Consolidation. This is consolidation. All right, and what is price doing when it is consolidating? What's the other word for consolidation? There we go. It is accumulating orders. What did this candle do? It manipulated the market and made people thought price was gonna go bullish. Oh my gosh, price is going bullish. I need to buy this market. Oh man, let me buy. What? For what? Distribute. Right? I'm gonna show you, and then hold on, I'm gonna break it down. I'm gonna go to a lower time frame too. We're not even done. Let me get rid of this order block. Let me get rid of this here. Let me get rid of this here. I promise you, I'm gonna get you guys right for 2022. We're not playing no game. No games will be played. No games will be played. Put that in the chat. No games to be played next year. No games to be played. I know I was sick, but yo, my brain's always working for you guys. I promise you. Distribution, right? I just marked this up on a daily time frame. Now let me go down to a 4 hour. Let me go down to a 4 hour. Right? Let me see. Let me show you guys something. From this level, really it's right here, right? This is support. All this stuff here is fluff. This is where a majority of price touches, is right here in this level. In my eyes, this whole zone is consolidation because it did not go anywhere. It went up and came right back down, went up, came right back down. So knowing that this is my baseline support, what is this? What did they try to do here? What do we call this? They did it here too, right? Manipulation, stop hunts. They're trying to make you think, oh, this market's going another way. And what did they do? They came and distributed this market. But you have to be able to identify those things. It takes time. It takes time. And you know how you can identify all of this on a higher time frame? An inside bar. All of this was just based off of one candlestick, guys. One single candlestick did all of this. I didn't look for the trend. I didn't even care about the damn trend. All I cared about is the open and close and where the high and low is of candles. It is that simple. I promise you guys. It's really that simple. It really is. But you have to be able to identify, right? Have to be able to identify it. So now, once you take your profit there, you just wait for the next step. No indicators. Yeah, absolutely no indicators. We haven't had an indicator on our chart for about 2 weeks now. All right. So then now you just ask yourself, all right, this candle closed. Let me see what the next candle does. Oh man, I love this. What did this candle just give us? What did this candle just give us? So what are we looking to do? Right? What are we going to be looking to do, guys? Right? We'll do it both ways. We'll take that entry, right, back to the high. Remember, I'm using the candle that formed the inside bar. This candle gave us the inside bar. So I'm using the high of this candle as my target. Right? You could put a limit there too, however you want to do it. Let's see what happens. Woo! Boy. Yo. Oh my goodness. Are you okay with making 150 pips? You don't have to do anything, but just worry about where the open and the close. Yo, that was crazy. That was crazy. Wow. Hold on. I gotta take a second. You guys understand how like sniper of an entry this is? And technically the stop loss wouldn't even be way down here at all, right? I told you guys the stop loss is lower than those wicks. It's just lower than the previous low. That's all it has to be. Do you guys see the risk to reward on this? 1 to 5 on a daily time frame. I mean, within 3 days, right? We've caught. That was, oh no, we took it to here. This is our TP. 114 pips there. And then about 150 pips there. We got 200, 300 pips in 3 days, 2 days on 2 setups. 300 pips in 3 days on 2 setups. Why are you over trading? Why are you trading 100 times a day? Why are you trading 60 times a day? Greed? Admit it. Just say you're greedy. Just admit it. That's okay. But ask yourself, do you really need to be doing all that stuff? Do you really need to be on the charts that much? You really don't. You need to just know what quality setups to look for. You can find fine setups today and make way more money than you are trading all week because you're winning and losing at the same time. We haven't taken a loss in 2 weeks. I can't make this up. We have not taken a loss in 3 weeks. On 2 weeks with our back, right? We have not taken a loss in 2 weeks. But have we traded all those days, right? We found 1 setup a day, about 2 setups a day, if granted, right? It's not hard, right? Let's see. I wanted to say something about GU, but I'm gonna leave that for tomorrow. Right. So does the inside bar make a little bit more sense for us today now, guys? Does it make a little bit more sense? A little bit clearer? You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm telling you, man, don't thank me. Thank Glenda and Glow. Glenda and Glow have everything. I'm not doing nothing but what they tell me to say. I promise you guys. I just know how to say things, I guess. But Glenda and Glow put this together. For real. They put this together. So I'm surprising myself with what we're learning. I'm learning with you guys. Just know that. This is a boot camp for all of us. The inside bar is a deadly pattern, guys. Not even just the inside bar, but price action itself is so fire. That is all I traded before I understood how to, look at the market differently and before I made my strategies. All I would trade is price action. That's it. I would wait for price to come to these highs. If it failed to break, I'm taking those snipes. I'd wait for price to come to the lows. If it failed to break, I'm banging that market. I'm talking over leveraging on this market, right? Not really. I was back then, but not anymore. I was back then, but not anymore. Right? But that is just the simplicity of what trading can be. I like to say it. Trading is not easy. It's simple, right? And what's simple is not easy. Right? I will say that again. Trading is not easy. It is simple. But what is simple is not easy. Right? I heard that quote years ago, and that quote has stuck with me forever because it made me realize that I have to look at things differently, right? Let me give you an example. Have you ever tried to teach somebody how to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich? Easy, right? What you would think is easy, right? I'm gonna ask, what would be the first thing you told somebody? How do you make a PB&J sandwich? How do you make a PB&J sandwich, guys? Tell me. How do you make it? All right. This is an exercise. How do you make it? I want to see. How do you make a PB&J sandwich? Watch, somebody's Googling it right now. They're trying to figure out the answer to this. They know it's a trick question, right? You wouldn't even know where to start to tell me. All right, there you go. See, yeah, they right. Get 2 pieces of bread and a knife, spread peanut butter on it and the jelly. Right, hold on. Because this is all right, so I get 2 pieces of bread and a knife. I spread the peanut butter, but how do I get the peanut butter if it's not open? You guys see what I'm saying? How do I know how to put them on the bread if you don't tell me put 2 pieces of bread next to each other on the counter? It's those little things that make you realize, oh, snaps. I thought that's easy, but it's not easy. It's simple. The concept of it is simple, but the steps that are taken are not easy. That is what trading is. Trading is teaching somebody how to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich because you already know how to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, but not everybody does. So that's why I like this boot camp because I know how to trade, but not everybody does. So slowing down and teaching you guys how to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich is helping. He said, put some peanut butter on the sandwich and add jelly. Yo, you guys are funny. You guys are funny, right? That was I gave you that example because that was a training example I got given when I was working at a restaurant when we opened. And they literally told us, make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And we were having to explain to each other how to do it. And if you saw how funny this stuff looked, yo, people had peanut butter on their hand. People were putting peanut butter anywhere. People weren't even, it was wild, right? But it makes you understand, right, that you have to follow each step to a T to get to the bigger picture. And that is what trading is. Trading is an accumulation of a lot of little things, right, that make a bigger picture. That's all it is. That's all it is. I don't want you guys to ever overthink anything, right? I don't want you guys to ever do that because once you start realizing, oh, this inside bar happened, but let me look all the way to the left. Oh, this was a bullish candle. This was a master candle. There's a bullish wedge breakout pattern. Oh, this is a break and a retest. See what I'm saying? Little things like that. You'll realize like all this trading, it's everything I've been teaching you guys for like, what have we been here for since August, almost 6 months now? It will all come together. We have a full year together, guys. Like I'm so excited about next year. I really, really am. I really, really am. Trading on a higher time frame makes it simpler, I think. It does. Trading on a higher time frame, I'm telling you guys, I don't know why you guys still trade on these 30-minute time frame, 15-minute time. I don't know why. I don't know why. You guys like to be high stressed or something. I can't stand looking at candles do this all day. I cannot stand looking at a candle do this all day. Bro, give me one fat move or don't do anything at all. Give me my pips or leave me alone. Right? I can't I can't do that anymore because I used to sit there and look at 30 candles for an hour. But I was on the 1 minute time frame, on the 5 minute time. Bro, what are you doing if you don't just look at the 1 hour time frame and wait for that whole candle? You see what I'm saying? Like, it just makes it a lot easier to see the big picture. An inside bar on the daily is also an inside bar on the weekly. Not even an inside bar. It's just, it is what it is, right? But there's so much stuff that we're about to go through, guys, for this week. That was just day 1 of week 2. So how y'all feeling? I think that was cool. I like that one. I like that one. Are there any questions? Any questions? The PB&J example was so good. I wrote a recipe yesterday and ended up leaving a recorded message telling my girl that it looked like so much more on paper so we could do a Zoom. This parallel is perfect for me. Today was dope. Yeah, see, I'm telling you guys, I won't give you nothing but real life examples because that's the only way it works for me. I know my analogies sound funny, but those are like that's real life for me. That's the only way my brain can wrap around some of those stuff is if I do it that way. So in a half hour during this boot camp and $142 profit on the inside bar on GU. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Same time tomorrow. Yeah, I'm thinking, are you guys okay with this time? I just want to double check. Is everybody okay with this time? Man, I'm gonna be real with you guys. The mornings are really rough for me still getting up. So I told Glenda, like, yeah, I'm not gonna make it. Right. But I also wanted to make it a time to where a lot of our international students didn't have to be worried or have to watch a recording. I wanted you guys to feel the energy too. You'll be at work. Okay, no worries, no worries. But if it works for majority, then yeah, we'll keep this time. Same time tomorrow. Got day, what was this? Last week we did 3. This is day 4, I think. No, not just through December. Once we get through the new year, we'll go back to normal. Because it's still the holidays, right? We got Christmas. Kids are not in school. Colleges are out of school. Like, nobody's buying anything right now. I'm not I haven't traded the whole month of December, guys. I have not touched a chart. I have not touched MT4. I have not touched it. I haven't. That's just me. I personally don't trade in December. I learned my lesson last year. Heck no, not doing it again. Day 4 of the boot camp, okay. So yeah, that's why I wanted to do this boot camp, because after boot camp, that's when things get real, guys. That's what I'm trying to do. I hope you see. After boot camp, that's when you get put in service. That's when I'm about to put you guys in the field and see what you've learned. Right? Thank you, Brother Z. Exactly. Now do you understand why I'm setting you up like this? Because when I say January, everybody go get an FTMO. And for the first week of your FTMO, we're trading nothing but inside bars. Doesn't that make a little bit more sense to you guys now? Right? Wouldn't that make a little bit more sense if I tell you guys we're looking for nothing but reversal patterns this week? Right? That is the goal, guys. I didn't forget about what we talked about. I never forget about anything. There's little things that have to be done before we can get to where we want to go. And I believe this is bringing us all together. It's getting us all on the same page. So that way, next year, right, in a couple of weeks, right, in a few days, really, to be real with you, it's 2022, guys. It's 2022, right? It is 2022, right? So for this year, because it's 2022, this year, we're going to be ready. All of us, no excuses. All of us, no excuses. We are going to be ready. Hey, I see Pat say he dropped the NFT collection in the chat. Guys, go check that out. I'm gonna check that out. I'm gonna throw it to the team. I'm gonna see what we can do for you, Pat. I hope you're ready to make some money, bro. Because my God, man, my team is. Look, guys. Here's the other thing, right? Side note. Side note. Let's stop for a second. I need y'all to get in this other. So I give you guys exclusives, of course, but I've created an NFT community on Discord to help educate people about how to navigate this world. Because if you guys try to do it on your own, it's gonna be real crazy and hectic, right? So I have a whole Discord with literally people who I've met in this space, and our goal is to take that group from project to project, right? And I'm saying this for a reason, because Pat just did something really big right now. Pat just put himself out there and has a collection on OpenSea. I got a group of 200 plus people who will do anything I tell them to do, and another 25 right here who will go with me anywhere in the battle. I need you guys to understand, while we're getting this money in FTMO, I'm gonna also teach you guys how to create your own NFT collections. That's something I've been working on. I'm gonna teach you guys how to make your own collections, and I'll make sure you guys all get paid. I'm telling you, it's not hard. It's not hard. Just a couple examples. Some people in here know I ran into a couple. I ran into a couple artists who I've met on Facebook. I mean, on Instagram, just randomly. I've helped one girl go from 700 followers to about 1,800 in 2 weeks. Her art sells out every day in less than an hour because of everything that we've been doing. And she's in the Philippines or somewhere, I believe. So when I'm telling you guys, like, we've been changing lives, like, guys, we're changing lives. This NFT stuff's it's not fake. It's not for play. This stuff's real. This stuff is real. So that's why I'm trying to get you guys on that, if you can grasp it, because that's another stream of income that we can have, right? It really is. And again, it's super simple. It's not easy, but it's simple. So we're gonna be talking about all of that in this year, in 2022, because it's already 2022. I'm telling you, it already is. But other than that, guys, that's really it. I'm just really glad to see you guys again, be here. I feel like myself, man. I'm glad to take this next step in your journey with you guys. I'm just super appreciative of you guys even still being here. So yeah, man, it's shifting already for me. Teach my son, he's 13. Yeah. Oh man, the kids is about to get it. Ooh, Forex for kids, huh? Might have to think about something like that. Okay. All right, cool. Man, yeah. All right, guys. I love you guys. I'm about to go get some water. I feel like a fish out of water. But I'll see you guys in the chats. I'm always around. If you need me, please hit me up. Probably take a nap today though. Get some groceries for the baby. But other than that, I'm always here for you guys. Whenever you guys need anything, just hit me up. I'm here. Thank you. You're welcome, Marlene. Thank you, you guys. I will see you guys later in the chats. Adios.